Well, that stunk. Browns lose 34-10 to the Detroit Lions. That was really bad. That was atrocious, even. Honestly, take the Ravens game from 2 weeks ago, copy-paste it. That's what this game was. It was even the same margin of defeat. We lost by 24 to Baltimore. We lose by 24 to Detroit. It's nearly the exact same game. The only difference is that against Baltimore, we had more yards gained than they did. In this one against Detroit, as you can see up here, the Lions gained more yards than us, and we lost. So this is the first time this year in which the Browns have played in a game in which the team that got more yards actually won the game. And that's not particularly enjoyable considering the fact that the Browns are now 1-3. And we're teetering back toward being in the bottom 5 again, so I'm not too thrilled about that. So thanks for ruining my Sunday very much. You guys stink. It should be mentioned that the defense still deserves to get credit because they did their job for the most part today. And I would like to show that to you through some screenshots that I will put up here on the other side. So this is the first half scores. As you can see, we got a touchdown right away. We scored first. Look at us go. We are taking the initiative. We are scoring on our first drive of the game. We're going to take that and we're going to use it to create momentum, and we're going to surge the victory. We're going to surge past Detroit just like Cleveland did to Detroit's baseball team. They won the Central today, by the way, so that was fun. But back to this. We scored first. This is going to be great. From that touchdown onward, the Lions outscored the Browns 34-3. Yuck. So after the Browns scored, the Lions had a long touchdown drive. Okay, that's on the defense. Then they had a short drive that led to a field goal. We don't like the short drives. That means someone other than the defense is at fault. Then they had a very short touchdown drive. Excuse me. Then they had a field goal because Cleveland's defense wasn't great in the 2-minute drill. And then, let's see, second half. Oh, a punt return touchdown. Oh, isn't that great? And then, oh, look at that, another very short drive that ended up in a touchdown. Question, how does this happen? Is it because of the defense? I don't think so. It's maybe 10% on the defense. Here's the thing. When Joe Flacco is putting up stats that look like this, you are going to lose games. When Jerry Jeudy is putting up stats that look like this, with this being his number of catches and this being his number of targets, he is going to be terrible, and that means you are going to lose games. If your receivers are doing nothing, you are going to lose games. Dude, Isaiah Bond, a guy who basically just walked onto the team and immediately became the best receiver. Isaiah Bond was your best receiver in this game. That means your receiving core is trash. And gotta give credit to Andrew Berry. He did bring him in because he knew the wide receiver room was trash. So Isaiah Bond is here. And the fact he's the best receiver, though, already is a problem. And Andrew Berry still thought that the receiving room would be okay with just Isaiah Bond hoping he's good and Jerry Jeudy hoping he would be good, which he's very not right now. Cedric Tillman, can we stop pretending Cedric Tillman is good? He's not. And beyond that, you are getting nothing else from your receivers. On top of that, your offensive line is not offensive. You don't have an offensive line this year, like last year. This year, however, you do have a broken line because Jack Conklin is made of glass, DeJuan Jones is injured, Wyatt Teller is declining, Joel Bitonio is counting down his days to retirement, and the center is serviceable, but not what we need him to be. So you don't have an offensive line, but you do have a broken line, which is almost as bad. Put all those things together, and it doesn't matter how well Joe Flacco performs, which he did not in this game by any means, your offense is going to stink. Your offense is going to stink like a nasty skunk. And if you've got Joe Flacco out there as your quarterback, you might as well be putting gasoline on the skunk as if that's going to cure anything. Listen, I want Kevin Stefanski to be fired, but that's the offense he has to work with? Dude, no one's going to do well with that. You could put Andy Reid in charge of that, and they're not going to score points. Yet Andrew Berry apparently thinks that's fine. Fire Andrew Berry for that alone. Are you kidding me? 2 interceptions from Flacco. And then a fumble as well. And, oh yeah, the special teams being terrible again. A punt return touchdown. And Andre Schmidt missed a field goal, although it was from like 55 yards. That happens. Kickers are going to miss that. Although it makes me quite envious when Detroit's kicker hits a 58-yarder near the end of the first half. So, giving me a reason to be jealous. Thanks for that. This is bad. This is really bad. And we're getting close to bottom 5 stats again, so we're just doing great around here. To be honest, I don't want to think about this game anymore because this game was just a depressing mess. So, let's think about the future. Browns are 1-3, and next week we're flying to London, England to play the Minnesota Vikings. A Vikings team that is incredibly inconsistent. They are a different team from week to week. However, they just lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers, which means they're probably going to be playing upset. They're going to be playing mad. And we're going to be the target of their ire because we're the team that happens to play them in a week. I don't care that Minnesota's quarterback is Carson Wentz. I don't think the Browns are winning. They could prove me wrong, but I don't think it's going to happen. Now, there is one more thing I do want to address during this video. Over the last 2 weeks especially, I've seen a lot of people saying that Dillon Gabriel should be the Browns starting quarterback. And eventually I do think that should be the case. If you want him to be the starting quarterback now, or at the very least starting the next game against Minnesota, I understand your intentions, but I think that's the wrong move. Why is that the wrong move? Because I think having your rookie quarterback's first start be in London is a terrible idea. You need him to develop habits with how he takes care of himself, how he takes care of his body, how he prepares before games. And I think making his first start be in a different continent is going to inhibit that more than it helps. So, for next week, even though Joe Flacco has been horrible the last 3 games, I think you gotta stick with him for the Vikings game at minimum. And to be honest, I don't know if you start Dillon Gabriel against the Steelers in 2 weeks either. Now, week 7 against Miami, by that point I think you should probably start Dillon Gabriel if Joe Flacco doesn't turn it around in the next 2 games. I understand the impatience. I share it. I want this offense to get better. With Joe Flacco, I don't think it will. This involves a broken offensive line, a trash, garbage, bottom-of-the-barrel receiving room, and a general manager in Andrew Berry who thinks it's fine. Have I mentioned that I think Andrew Berry needs to be fired? Fire Andrew Berry, seriously. So yeah, 1-5 is probably on the way after we take 2 more L's in the next 2 weeks. Maybe it'll get better after that. We'll see. That is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click like. If you want to see more of my videos, please click subscribe. And please share this video with all of your friends who are Browns or Lions fans. Detroit beat up Cleveland today. Hopefully, that story doesn't repeat itself on the baseball diamond over the course of this week.